Morning. Before you do your maths today, I just wanted to give you some top tips so that you can do your absolute best. Right, you've got word problems. Well, you've got one word problem, and then I want you to create your own. Now, these always cause problems. They're always really tricky to do until you can get your head around what you need to do. So I'm just having a look now. I'm going to challenge would be you, but as you don't answer, I'll challenge myself to create a word problem comparing 1/4 and 40%. Okay, now, first of all, we need to actually compare them. Which one is greater and which one is smaller? Now, I know people sometimes get this a little bit confused. It is a misconception because there's a 4 in 1/4. They think, oh yeah, that's 40%, they're the same. But you know better than that now, don't you? And we know, just as one of our known facts, that 1/4 is actually equal to 25%. Right, so now we know that 1/4 is less than 40%, or 40% is more than 1/4. Now we need to put that into a question. So, because it's a comparison, would you rather, questions are always good, would you rather have 1/4 of a cake or 40% of a cake? Depends if you like cake. Would you rather run 1/4 of a mile or 40% of a mile? You can use scores, tests, they're always good. One child scored 40% in a paper and one got 1/4 of their questions right. Who did better? Because 40% is greater, we know that that child did better. Okay, there's lots and lots of different scenarios you can use, but keep them simple. Keep to the same pattern, if you like, of how you put your questions together. Okay, but the key thing is you have to make that comparison first and then decide if your question wants the greater or the smaller answer for the solution. Okay? Would you rather spend 1/4 of your time doing maths or 40%? I know which I'd prefer, but you'd probably prefer the other one. Right, so that's my top tip for writing your own word problems. Now, there's another challenge today. There's a problem-solving workout. There's 2 parts to it. They look something like this. And what you have to do is you have to put, for the first one, we're talking about unit fractions. So that's fractions with a numerator of 1, a very simple fraction, 1/2, 1/4, 1/3, 1/5. And you have to put a different unit fraction into each square following this pattern, okay? Largest to smallest. I'm not going to do it for you, that would defeat the object, but I want you all to be able to have a go. So I've done a little bit of the thinking for you. This has got to be my largest number because it's getting smaller if I go that way and smaller if I go that way. So if I'm talking about unit fractions, I want to start with the largest unit fraction that I can in that square because that will give me the most number of opportunities to fill in the rest of these. Think about it. What is the largest unit fraction? So it's got to be 1 something. You got it? Think about pizzas. What fraction with a numerator of 1 would you rather have, assuming you love pizza? Yeah, 1/2. Dividing it into 2 equal parts is going to give you the biggest size parts. So that is my top tip there. We talked yesterday about how we can make fractions smaller. We can make the parts smaller or we can make the numbers smaller. You've only got one choice here because they're unit fractions. We're only talking about the denominators changing, so you can have a good go at that. The second one is more of a challenge because they're non-unit fractions, so you've got 2 amounts you can change. You can change your numerators and your denominators, and there's some decimals thrown in, okay? It's tougher, but I'd like you all to have a go at the first one at least. Those of you that are really up for a challenge, have a go at the second one. Okay, there's no maths video tomorrow because you're going to be doing online arithmetic again for me. So I'll be back for more maths on Monday. Have a great weekend. Bye.